I guess towards others, like whatever,
Yeah.
versus constantly just like banging at the door.
Yeah, that's
you know
why.
what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
that's why like social media.
That's kind of
bad,
what's going on. Like, dum, dum, ah, and to one another constantly, versus just doing as you do. I like to think of like a farmer. He's got his things and his thoughts, but he's just doing his thing, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Like that's why like I don't bother with the Twitter. Like I have a Facebook, I got an Instagram. I don't really do much on Instagram, but
And you totally reminded me, folks,
Oh, boy.
ladies and gentlemen, No Phone November. So I promised I'd create some type of guideline, and we're gonna just kind of do it off the cuff. And I had some things in general, so feel free to add into it, you too, Eddie. So I'm doing a No Phone November. This is tied to, if you haven't seen it already, the Netflix original, whatever, Social Dilemma. It goes into. Did you see that yet, Eddie? Did you watch it yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, come on.
I know.
That's all right. Watch it after this at some point.
Right after this.
Right after this, we'll put it on right now.
We're not doing anything.
The show is about essentially how much society has changed internally from just, or not internally, but how much the social media, I guess, social media platforms, the internet, the phone, how much it's kind of tied into our lives. And it makes it so apparently clear that it's a serious addiction.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. But that addiction is being encouraged in a strategic manner by other parties, right? And that's those parties that own social media, this and that. So you have to kind of, it's a good time to pay tribute to that and understand if you're able to look at the time you spend on your phone, you might become a little bit more efficient and happy in your life based off of limiting how much information you get in.
Yeah.
So let's go over the guidelines really quick, first of all. And what I'm kind of thinking about is that, okay, so first of all, Apple or Android, obviously it doesn't matter which one you have, you can limit how much time you spend on social media. So here's going to be the rules, and I'm going to put them up right here. Okay, so you'll see them in front of us. Right here.
Conjure my magical powers.
Yeah, and so, okay, so first of all, make sure it's anything that's scrollable. Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy. He actually made a good point. Things that are scrollable. The claw, right? Anything that is scrollable, put that in the same category. The only things that you can leave, so that's going to be, I'm just going to name off the few so you understand the category. Put all of these in the same category because you should have that option. And it's going to be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything social media, of course.
Might as well throw Snapchat in there. It's
Snapchat
scrollable. Yeah.
and TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. I love
Yep.
TikTok. I've said it a million times. I probably shouldn't. I think there is an algorithm that messes that up as well on YouTube. And
You and your algorithms.
yeah, so limit that all in the same category down to 30 minutes a day for the entire month of November. So you might be thinking, well, yes, I can still use social media, but you'd be surprised how often you use it when a half an hour of collective time will add up to you before you're done with breakfast. And that I can almost promise for some individuals. So if you want to partake in the challenge, set all of those social media platforms in the same category, set at a 30-minute cap per day for the month of November. Audible, Spotify, and YouTube, since they're all sort of more long-form types of social media, fine.
It's
That's
different.
fine.
Like, it's,
Right. So obviously, I don't expect you to leave the phone behind because for business purposes, it's like you want to be able to chime into your phone, take a call, take a text. That's one thing. But I can tell you right now, life will become a hell of a lot different. Because what we don't recognize is how much of a teddy bear this phone has become.
Oh, yeah.
Our phones, right? When was the last time you left your house without your phone? Like, that doesn't even happen by accident.
Oh, no, and even if I do, like, I have to go back and get it because you can't go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
And
you know what's funny?
it's crazy.
You ever watch Portlandia with Fred Armisen? And,
I have.
Carrie?
Portlandia's
They
great,
have an
too.
episode where Fred Armisen forgets his phone, and they're going, and he's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. And then the whole time he's like, oh, I probably have so many texts. All these people probably tagged me in this stuff. Like, I'm probably missing out. But he's like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. Carrie keeps going, oh, let's just go back. Let's go. He's like, no, it's fine.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's a real
It is. It's an issue.
freaking issue. And it's more than just an aesthetic or a teddy. Well, I guess it goes back to that teddy bear factor. Is that if you're in a position where you have nothing to do, boredom will first off trigger you to watch or look at something, and most of it's going to pertain for a lot of people that is towards social media.
Yeah.
And so from even a time factor, but also from of making your imagination so stagnant. So it's more of a challenge or an experiment that you would do on yourself to see what you're gonna do. Experiment. What are you gonna do when you're bored? You can't pick up your phone.
Yeah.
And that's a simple but very deep question to ask yourself, because it's really boredom that stifles productivity, right? At first. But when you have nothing else to do, and I can't tell you how many videos I've watched on this, you will end up doing the things that you like doing that are far more productive than scrolling. Because let's be honest, scrolling's a little bit more easy to do, or
it's mindless.
It's less productive. I mean, I can't think of anything less productive, right? It's on par with breathing. You mean it keeps you alive, but like, let's be honest, it's just sort of. You could be just sitting there.
Yeah, I'd say it's even probably less important than breathing. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, that's a bad example.
But it's mindless. Like to your point though, it's mindless. Like it's just something you could do without really thinking about it. Like
it takes less effort than breathing.
I find myself doing I find myself
doing
doing it without even thinking about it. Like at random points, standing in line, sitting at home, watch TV. Like it doesn't matter. I just find myself like when I don't know what to do in like a social situation. You probably see like I'll probably just whip out my phone. It's one of those things, like.
And to dive into that deeper, so the question here is then, well, why? Why can't I be bored and scroll through my phone? What's wrong with that, Deo? What's wrong with that?
No, it's just it doesn't go. You find yourself a hole.
No. So here's the answer, or one of many, in that brick by frickin' brick. Well, one, you're wasting your time and not doing anything productive when you could be working up a sweat, working on something that you need to get done. Because, I mean, I don't care who you are. You have something else you need to do that's more important than scrolling. Period. End of statement.
Yeah.
But secondly, how it infects, that's such a perfect word for it, your social demeanor towards the people you know and the things you have, right? Because it does affect the way we treat others, one. Right, based off of expectation that we get from looking into these media sources and these stupid freaking headlines, right? How often does one read the headline but not the article?
Oh, all the
time,
yeah.
More often than that.
Yep.
And then furthermore, how it affects your ability to appreciate what you already have, right? And that's going to be inevitably what affects our happiness.
That's true.
Because happiness is usually based off of a value that you perceive in what you have, right? Because we could say, oh, a guy like Jeff Bezos got to be the happiest guy in the world.
Oh, yeah, he's got all this money.
He's way happier than me.
Yeah.
He's got a yacht.
Yeah.
Probably not the case, right? Honestly, he's got more to lose than anybody else. Not anybody
and like,
else,
honestly,
but
what
like
you find
people
out,
like that is like, with great power comes great responsibility. Happiness is relative. Happiness is relative to what you appreciate. And with social media, you are constantly deterring and devaluing what you have. Especially from like a sexual standpoint, like the people you might like, relationships you might have, right? Oh, or this might be more attractive than this. Well, look at this.
And the crazy thing is when you look into it and you like, I've read stories before too, like a lot of these, like besides like famous people, obviously like movie stars, but a lot of these like social media people that are, out going to different trips and stuff like our age, like a lot of them put themselves in like serious debt trying to do this stuff.